Hey everyone, this is Imperial Forge Cosplay, and as promised in my intro video, I'll be showing you how I made the Noble 6 suit of armor from Halo Reach. So why Halo Noble 6, you may be thinking? Well, I don't actually have an answer for that. I just think this Spartan armor looks really cool, and I found these files on Thingiverse and didn't really know much of it. I don't own Halo, I only play Halo when I go to my friend's house, and I didn't really want to make Master Chief because everybody makes Master Chief. So I decided to make Noble 6, knowing absolutely nothing about him. Once I started the project back in February, I completed the helmet and didn't really think much of the project again until I started YouTube. It ended up being a year-long project, and I will be showing you how I completed all of it. So, for the files for this project, I got them off of Thingiverse. Thingiverse is, if you don't know, a platform where you can get 3D files for completely free. All you have to do is go on and download them. These specific files were created by a user by the name of Mo Sizzlezak. I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, but it's goofy. So in February, like I said, I went ahead and downloaded these files for just specifically the helmet. And when I did that, I printed them on a CR10 Max with the help of my robotics team. I printed it in 2 pieces, and I then painted that. But the specific files that I got were super well oriented, and I didn't really have to do much editing to them. The thighs were too big for my Cheetah X-Max 3, in which I printed all of the rest of the pieces, but I managed to print most of the pieces, several pieces on one bed, which if you can do that, I would totally recommend it. To smooth and finish this suit of armor, I started by sanding all of the pieces with 120 grit sandpaper to try and get those seam lines just mellowed down a little bit. And then I used Bondo, not spot putty, but fiberglass resin. This stuff is one of the stinkiest things I've ever smelled in my entire life. So if you are going to use it, please wear gloves, like latex gloves, and a respirator when you do it. It cured in about 2 hours, and I managed to do that and paint it in the same day. For paint, I used this Rust-Oleum metallic finish spray paint that I found at Lowe's. I originally used this for my Zelda sword. If you want to go check that out, that is a cool video. You should do that. But the helmet is actually an entirely different story because I completed it entirely different from the armor. I finished the helmet. This was actually the first part of the project that I did way back in February, but I've constantly been upgrading it. So the helmet, I originally printed it and painted it in a green and black. You can see the original video linked in my description, and that will explain how it happened in it. It'll be on my team robotics. This is a channel. On the inside, I added pads, which it didn't have before, which makes it more comfortable. And for the visor, I didn't vac form an actual Spartan visor. I could do that, and I might do it later, but not now. This is just a tinted COVID face shield or whatever that is. Nobody cares about COVID anymore. So for painting, it was one of the easiest paint jobs I've ever done, but it was tedious as I'll get at. So to start, I did a base coat of metallic finish Rust-Oleum. Like I said, I think it was like $7 at Lowe's. This stuff is dirt cheap. And then I painted all the detailing parts, such as the interior of like the recesses, all the recesses of the armor. I painted with a dark gray acrylic mix that I just brushed on. I used just black and white acrylic paint from like Joann's or something to make that. But where it gets really tedious is on every single edge. I went with a Sharpie and I made every single edge stand out. Kind of like cell shading, but way cooler in my opinion because it looks really good. That was tedious. That took me several hours. For weathering on this project, I used black paint and an airbrush. And airbrushed in every single recess. Unless you like do it another way where you can like water down black paint, but I'm sure if you are watching this video, you're probably a prop maker yourself and are entirely looking for a tutorial on how to do that. You've probably seen that before. There's many weathering techniques. I just used an airbrush. But if you've made it this far in the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps me out and gives me a reason to keep doing these projects. So thank you guys for that. All in all, this is one of my fastest projects I've ever completed, so I do apologize for the lack of footage that I got. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far in the video, now you get to be rewarded with me walking around Walmart. I'll see you guys later.
Here we have Evan going to Walmart in his costume. Noble 6. The Halo Man. Here we go. Noble 6. Evan. Yeah, go. Well, 6 is exiting the building.